We're in the 5th chapter of First Samuel, and it's always interesting. You know, you think, well, man, everything is terrible. Israel's lost and all that. God knows what he's doing. It cost them maybe 30,000 troops. But God knows when they're not doing right, but he's going to make everything right. He can put it all back together just real quick, and that's what he starts doing in these next 2 chapters. I really like it. So the Philistines won the war, and they've captured the ark, and they think they've just really done really well. But let's look and see what happens. The Philistines and the ark. When the Philistines captured the ark of God, they brought it from Ebenezer to Ashdod. Then the Philistines took the ark of God and brought it into the house of Dagon and set it up beside Dagon. And when the people of Ashdod rose early in the next morning, behold, Dagon had fallen face downward on the ground before the ark of the Lord. So they took Dagon and put him back in his place. But when they rose early on the next morning, behold, Dagon had fallen face downward on the ground before the ark of the Lord, and the head of Dagon and both his hands were lying cut off on the threshold. Only the trunk of Dagon was left to him. This is why the priest of Dagon and all who enter the house of Dagon do not tread on the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod to this day. The hand of the Lord was heavy against the people. See what I said? They thought they'd won the battle and won the war, huh? Well, look at this. The hand of the Lord was heavy against the people of Ashdod, and he terrified and afflicted them with tumors, both Ashdod and its territory. And when the men of Ashdod saw how things were, they said, the ark of the God of Israel must not remain with us, for his hand is hard against us and against Dagon our God. So they sent and gathered together all the lords of the Philistines and said, what shall we do with the ark of the God of Israel? They answered, let the ark of the Lord of Israel be brought around to Gath. So they brought the ark of the Lord of God of Israel there. But after they had brought it around, the hand of the Lord was against the city, causing every very great panic. And he afflicted the men of the city, both young and old, so that tumors broke out on them. So they sent the ark of God to Ekron. But as soon as the ark of God came to Ekron, the people of Ekron cried out, they have brought around to us the ark of the God of Israel to kill us and our people. They sent therefore and gathered together all the lords of the Philistines and said, send away the ark of the God of Israel and let it return to its own place, that it may not kill us and our people. See what I mean? God knows what he's doing. It was time to get rid of Phinehas and Hophni and get Israel straightened out. It's what happens when the nation goes to pot. God will eventually straighten it out. And he is so powerful and so creative and so imaginative. Just look what he did with this creation. He brought it out of nothing. And this creation is expanding. In fact, in a few million years, or maybe even thousands of years, this earth will have expanded so much that earth will not be habitable because of the coldness. But did you know God is so able? He created this out of nothing. You think he can't correct that if he wants to? Or he might not. He might have something better in plan. We'll see. Anyway, so Ekron is saying, hey, don't bring that here. For there was a deathly panic throughout the whole city. The hand of God was very heavy there. The men who did not die were struck with tumors, and the cry of the city went up to heaven. I like it, man. I tell you what, God is so powerful. I tell you, people, half of this nation better get smart, or it's not only going to hurt them, it's going to hurt us too. Who are the ones with the, I'm not going to say we're the smart ones, of course we are, but we're the ones with the unveiled faces so that we can see the truth. I mean, half the nation can't, they talk vulgar. I mean, horrible vulgarity comes out of their mouth. Stupidness comes out of their mouth. They're veiled. They can't see the truth. They lie, they cheat, they steal. My goodness, we try to straighten out the government from its corruption, and they steal and burn up cars. It's crazy. Oh man, I tell you, and to let those foreigners in, oh my gosh, that serve a demon god that cuts off heads of people and babies' heads. Jesus doesn't do that. He loves little babies. He doesn't cut off their heads. He doesn't cut off the heads of girls. He loves them. He turns the cheek, he says to us, when somebody hurts us. Man, it's light and darkness, isn't it? Man, why don't we send those people back? Whew. All right. Oh. Okay, here we are in Isaiah. Okay, Isaiah sent to King Ahaz. Isaiah is very good to Ahaz. He doesn't deserve it. Ahaz wasn't that good of a king. In the days of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, Rezin, the king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, the king of Israel, came up to Jerusalem, and Remaliah, the king of Israel, as the northern tribes. The northern tribes had split off. By the way, they set up their own calf gods. Came up to Jerusalem to wage war against it, but could not yet mount an attack against it. When the house of David was told, Syria is in league with Ephraim. Ephraim's another name for the northern tribes. The heart of Ahaz and the heart of his people shook as the trees of the forest shake before the wind. And the Lord said to Isaiah, go out to meet Ahaz, you and Shear-Jashub, your son, at the end of the conduit of the upper pool, on the highway to the washer's field, and say to him, be careful, be quiet, do not fear, and do not let your heart be faint because of these two smoldering stumps of firebrands, at the fierce anger of Rezin and Syria and the son of Remaliah, because Syria with Ephraim and the son of Remaliah has devised evil against you, saying, let us go up against Judah and terrify it, and let us conquer it for ourselves, and set up the son of Tabeel as king in the midst of it. Thus says the Lord God, it shall not stand, and it shall not come to pass. For the head of Syria is Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin, and within 65 years Ephraim shall be shattered from being a people, and the head of Ephraim is Samaria, and the head of Samaria is the son of Remaliah. If you are not firm in faith, you will not be firm at all. The sign of Emmanuel. Again, the Lord spoke to Ahaz, ask a sign of the Lord your God. Let it be deep as Sheol or high as heaven. But Ahaz said, I will not ask, and I will not put the Lord to test. And he said, hear then, O house of David, is it too little for you to weary men, that you weary my God also? Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. And we take that as a prophecy for Jesus. He shall eat curds and honey, and when he knows how to refuse the evil and choose the good. For before the boy knows how to refuse the evil and choose the good, the land whose two kings you dread will be deserted. I guess, I don't know, in a way it means that, and then there's a double meaning, I guess you'd say there's a double meaning. The Lord will bring upon you and upon your people and upon your father's house such days as have not come since the day that Ephraim departed from Judah, the king of Assyria. In that day the Lord will whistle for the fly that is at the end of the streams of Egypt, and for the beeb that is in the land of Assyria, and they will all come and settle in the steep ravines and in the clefts of the rocks, on all the thorn bushes, and on all the pastures. In that day the Lord will shave with a razor that is hired beyond the river with the king of Assyria, the head and the hair of the feet, and they will sweep away the beard also. In that day a man will keep alive a young cow and 2 sheep, and because of the abundance of milk that they give, you will eat curds. For everyone who is left in the land will eat curds and honey. In that day every place where there used to be 1,000 vines worth 1,000 shekels of silver will become briars and thorns. With bow and arrows a man will come there, for all the land will be briars and thorns. And as for all the hills that used to be hoed with a hoe, you will not come there for fear of briars and thorns, but they will become a place where cattle are let loose and where sheep tread. So, you know, the northern tribes, they left during Rehoboam, and he was a son of Solomon. Anyway, they split off and went up there and they made golden calves as their gods. How stupid is that? Anyway, they get torn away from their country. They're about the Isaiah's prophesying it here, and they get torn away, of course, before the southern tribe of Judah gets put into captivity for 70 years, for it's under Jeremiah. So anyway, it's interesting. Thank you.